Good morning. Today we're gonna demonstrate a lot of stuff. But before I start, I give thanks to a beautiful sunlight we have in sky being in California. I'm gonna recap what we long started. We long started, and so that we know exactly what we are doing today. Um, at the first instant, we started this in form of experiment. Then, when I use the word experiment, you need to understand, I mean, I want to put it in a simple language, okay? Not like academician like me, okay? All we are trying to do here is to look at integrated system. That means how we use or recycle our product to grow a new product. This is what it's all about. Let me use the word recycle. Recycle an old product to grow a new product. Then in that case, I divided them into three categories. One, I'll show you what are we recycling? Old leaves of plants. You know, plant has different type of old leaves we can gather during the winter, okay, dropping. It's not that we shredding it away from the trees. No, we wait until they drop during the winter, okay, to replace a new one. So in that categories, I classify them into three groups I'm gonna use to do compost to grow tomato. So one category I'm gonna show you is broadleaf. Okay, broadleaves, I've said it before, is an example of um, it's an example of leaves. We gather like plum trees, um, avocado trees. Okay, those one we consider as a broadleaves. Then the next category is what I consider as a grass compost. You're gonna see it here. Okay. So what I did is put them in a three containers. You see one here. These are the broadleaves I use, compost. The other one here, okay, I'm pointing, follow my finger. The other one this side, that's the grass that you get from your turf when you mow your lawns. I gather them, put it over here. Then the other one we're gonna go to the extreme end here is a mixture of broadleaf and the grass. Okay. Then why do I call it experiment? I compost them over time. What I want to do with them, put them in a different container and use it to grow the same tomato. The same tomato we call super sauce tomato seed. Okay. I bought from a vendor, but I don't want to mention the vendor here because it will sound like I'm advertising their product. Okay. So what I will do with it is that I will use it to grow the same tomato and see which compost is producing more tomato. fresh tomato than the others. I assume they may not make difference. But when I start collecting data, okay, I have to limit the data I'm doing, okay, because most data people who are doing gardening is what they get out of their product. What product do they get out of all this? That's most important thing. So I target um, weight of the fruit. Okay, so I'm gonna collect these fruits over time for broadleaf compost. Do the same over time for grass leaf and then compost, and the over time for mixture of the grass and and the broadleaf compost. Okay, so today what we're gonna be doing, to make a long story short, I'm gonna be harvesting these tomatoes at a breaker. Breaker is tomato not fully ripe. That's what we call breaker. That's the terminology we use in production in farming. Okay, so I'm gonna show you, go around, show you what breaker looks like. Okay, but this is not one time. I just wanna show you what I have been doing over time. I have been collecting this data for past 3 weeks now. When I start seeing the breakers in my tomato. Okay, so breakers are, if you look at this is a typical example of breaker. Okay, tomato partially ripe. Okay, look at them. I'm gonna be picking them today over here. Okay, yeah, hope you've seen them. There's more here. I'm gonna picking them. So this is what we're gonna do today. When I pick them, okay, my advice to you when you are doing this experiment, or keep labeling everything you're doing. You see this container? When I pick all the broccoli fruits, I'll put them in this container. I already label it to avoid confusion. Okay, like the tag said here. So that's what I'm gonna do. When I go over there, I will show you container. Let me do that, because once I start, you may not be seeing me, but you're hearing what I'm saying. Okay, this is the grass. Okay, I'm gonna put in here. So these are what we're gonna do today. Over time, I'm gonna take you to a different direction where we're gonna weigh this and record them. Okay, that is what I'm trying to do. This is a simple technique somebody can use to measure. Maybe measuring is the better statement to use instead of experiment. Okay, not to confuse people. To measure or test what you have been doing. So before you reach conclusion, which one is better than the other. Okay, okay, let's go and do it. Okay, you're gonna watch me over here. Let me move the camera further. Watch me picking them and putting them here. Okay, I start with this one. This is a good breaker. Then I put them here. What is so important here is that you maintain your labels. Make sure your label is not mixed up. Okay, because that will introduce well, this is a breaker again. That will introduce a lot of confusion to you. Okay, so so what I'm gonna do when I collect all this thing, I take it to a measuring scale I'm gonna use today and count them. Okay, and first before I get the total weight. Why is it that it's important that I count them? Because when we measure things, you're not gonna be able to get what we consider uh, variation in things, how things vary per or individual fruits. So I'm gonna do measure all the total, put them as much as I can, then I will count them to know how many uh, they are. So when I count them, I will automatically divide the number, divide the total weight by the number of the fruit I've counted. Okay? And once I do that, that give me weight per fruit. Okay? You see how I use, people always say, one stone to kill two birds. Okay? Instead of counting them in a way, I will just weigh them first and count them. So what I'm gonna do here, while you're looking at me at the camera, okay, is to sit down and do my own things. Okay? Sometimes people call it academic thing, but it's not. It's not that academic. You just saw things in, you have attended kindergarten, you have been writing, doing all these things. Okay? So I bring out my pen, then to avoid confusion, okay, I put them down again. That's okay. When I'm gonna eat them, I will wash them thoroughly. Okay? Put them down, okay, and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fruit. Then I write them in this piece of paper, 15. So this number I will use to divide the total weight of this. Okay? And I put them in their label. Okay? So what I will do is to, don't mind seeing me in the camera, you'll be hearing me. I will take them where I'm gonna weigh them. Yeah. Then I put them here. Okay. That already separate them. Okay. I'll show you the table where I'm gonna do my weight. Okay. Weighing. Okay. Don't worry about it. That's when you're doing this alone, you take your time. So the next step here is to, maybe I should bring the camera closer. Is to, need to be careful with all this. Is to bring the camera closer. Then I will pick this one here. Okay. And again, I haven't forgotten show you what I'm doing. This is a tag for the grass. So all the grass fruits will go into this basin. Okay. So I'll start doing the same thing by counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14. So the next thing I'm gonna do is to write them my tag 14. It look like I mixed it. Let me recount. I don't want to make that mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm correct. So 14 fruit for grass. Okay. So I take them to my measuring table. Put them here. Mhm. Then now, time to move the camera to a permanent place. We're gonna do the wing stuff. Mhm. Okay. Hope you can see my views. And then table, I will be doing the wing. Mhm. So the next thing I'm gonna do is to go and pick the mix. Okay, mix means this container is mixed with a broadleaf and narrow leaf, that means grass. Okay, so I'll pick them like I did and count. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, sometimes people might think of early judgment. That since I pick a lesser number here, that it look like mixture didn't do very well. That's not true, please. Don't do that. That's being biased, what we call bias, because this is too early to make the judgment. Remember, I've told you earlier that we're gonna be collecting, doing this thing over and over again until we harvest every tomato that different this container produce. Okay, that's the whole idea. So when we complete that, then we're gonna put together all this weight. This is where I'm recording the weight per treatment. Okay, well, what I mean per treatment is uh, let me come close, is different compost, broadleaf, grass, and if you turn around, I have a mix there. So over time, I will add them up play the tricks we always play in science before I give you the final result. So what I'm gonna do here is show you why am I using a basket like this. So you can see that what I'm weighing is actually tomato because you're gonna see it through this basket, okay? And then I already counted them, okay? I'm gonna do it first of all, record it. I forgot to count this one. Don't record them again. This is, I think it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. I record it. 10. Okay. And put it back to the basket. So when I'm gonna start weighing, there are several things I will advise you to do. Okay, let's do mix first. I'm gonna write down the number 10 before I do the weight. Okay, when you are doing the weight, taking the weight, please turn uh, your weight on. Okay, because I'm gonna put this basket, what you will do is to add weight on this basket, of this basket. Then I will do what I call tier to eliminate the weight of this basket. So it wouldn't be added to the weight of fruit. Okay, so I do tier, then okay, now it zeroes it. So I will begin to add my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so for the mix, I got 3.560. Okay, I write it down 3.60. This is in pounds because I already written it down. Then I put it back here to avoid confusion. Mhm. Then I put it away. In research, I've already corrected what is more important to me. Okay, so I go back and now I'm gonna do this one. This is for grass. I've already counted them, remember? Okay, let me check if I have recorded it. Yes. Oh, I haven't recorded it. Let me do it first. For grass, 14 I got today in total fruits. Then I'm gonna begin to weigh. Remember that this has been tiered already. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I got 6.003. That's 03. Yeah, 6.03 pounds. Okay. For grass compost, I put them back. Again, we people who are in science, numbers, data is the most important thing to me. You're gonna notice that I keep on expatiating on that. Then next is the broadleaf. Okay, I've already counted the broadleaf. I got 15. Okay, then I start weighing them by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I got 7.22. So I've completed my weighing. Remember why I'm showing you this is to see process I'm gonna go through. Okay, I may be repeating it in the next video, but this is the first time I'm showing you this weighing thing. Okay, so I put it back here so you see how I'm gonna reach my conclusion. Some of you may be asking question, do I have to do all this, okay, to be able to satisfy my curiosity? Okay, what is the best compost I will use? Okay, yeah, that's okay. My argument, my argument on this type of question is personal. Okay, it really depends on what you are doing, how you're trying to educate society, and how you are trying to make it appeal to them. Okay, in any life we live, you need to understand that there's always try and error. Okay, these are the two things we consider. Why you doing your trying? How much of error do you cut down? That's why I'm showing you a process to cut down this error so that when you make a full conclusion, at least when people say it, they will say, yes, this is reasonable. It makes sense. That's the most language we're looking for. It makes sense. And in this case, we are encouraging each other. What do I mean by encouraging each other? That all your energy you put in doing this are not wasted. Because when you see a good result, it gives you more energy to do more. This is how I view life. Okay? But when you don't do anything, sit down and complaining how I'm gonna do this thing, you maybe you will never learn. Okay? But get on it, uh, ask questions. Okay, I have my email here and all this, my website here and my channel. Please, you can email me, send me on comment sections, ask this question. Okay, I'm a little confused about this. Is there any other way I can do it? Okay, yes, you hear people saying there are many ways of killing, and I don't mean a killing or unalive thing, it's just all say, okay? Or that means um, there's many ways of doing things, okay? That's more important, okay? But we don't have to uh, destroy our morale first before doing things. Let's go and get it. A lot of you guys, especially older people, I encourage them a lot to keep on doing gardening. It doesn't matter what is your favorite vegetable, fruits, or other things. When you are doing that, you're having a good time. So this is a short video I wanted to demonstrate to you today. This is a little scale I'm using. Okay, it doesn't cost me that much. Actually, it was given to me by my daughter. So, but I don't know if um, how much he paid for that. So, and this is my recording, what I use to record my data. This is pen, okay? I don't think all this thing will be in your house already. And then, and put things together and continue living. enjoying your garden. Thank you very much. Please always watch my video, give it a like, make a comment, and then I will see you in my next video. Thanks very much.